Hi, it's Nancy Mascott with IR Pro Communication and Investors News, where we try to uncover companies that have interesting stories. Today's feature is Pampa Metals, and we're pleased to have the CEO, Paul Gill. Thank you for joining me today, Paul.
Thanks, Nancy. Thanks for having me on.
Could you give us a brief overview of the focus of the company, the project portfolio, and joint venture transactions?
Yes, thanks. Pampa Metals is focused in northern Chile, and it has 8 projects currently under 100% ownership. And so we're really focused on porphyry discoveries, those large mega mine porphyries are the target of the company, and we've had some considerable success in the last few years of existence in uncovering some really good targets.
And why is this area of the world so important?
Well, Chile is one of the biggest producers of copper in the world. In fact, the biggest. I think 26% of the world's copper comes from Chile, and a good portion of that comes from northern Chile around the town of Antofagasta. And the two major trends there, the Pliocene and the D'Amico trend, really account for 3 of the biggest mining districts, Escondida, Collahuasi,
Mhm.
and I think those are the areas you want to look at. I'm sure there's more uncovered in that particular area that we can hopefully discover.
Okay. Is there one type of deposit that's best, or does each have its own pluses and minuses from a resource and cost perspective?
Yeah, we really focus on porphyry deposits. I think those are the ones that have massive footprints and are the best opportunity. I mean, the geology of northern Chile is fascinating.
Mhm.
It hasn't changed for 15 million years. It's been a dry desert, a rocky desert, and a lot of people don't know, but the Mars rover and all of that were tested in this particular location because it's very similar to Mars.
Mhm.
But that terrain is essentially hiding a lot of volcanic activity that's going on because of the tectonic plate action in this region, and in fact, up and down the entire west coast of North and South America.
Mhm.
And so, with that activity comes, the potential for deposits to be created and lava plumes rising up, and those are the heart of the porphyry deposits. What happens is these lava plumes interact with the host rock and create, copper, gold, silver deposits, which are vast and significant. A lot of them have been found in northern Chile because they've had exposure at surface. What we are looking for at Pampa Metals is those that have not been found yet, that are in underneath the Pampa, just underneath this layer of rocky soil and dirt, where we think there's treasures to be found.
Mhm. Well, having said that, if Pampa does have a significant gold or copper discovery, what happens next?
Well, at this point in time, we're really interested in engaging with larger companies that are interested in perhaps developing the
Mhm.
projects. So we've had initial work on all 8 projects. We've joint ventured 2 of them to Austral Gold, which is a significant holder of Pampa Metals as well. And in addition to that, we've had multiple tire kicks from different groups that are operating in the area that are looking to expand their operations. And I don't need to remind people, even though I will, that this is an area in which most of the major mining companies are located, because it is such a rich area and producing copper at an unprecedented rate.
Right. Help us to understand why Chile has been such a juggernaut regarding copper.
Yeah, I think it's a number of things. One, there is no massive vegetation or rainforests in Chile to cover the geology up. It's all exposed, and the trend has been established from north to south that there along these um, belts, the D'Amico belt and Placing belt, there's a number of different mines to be found. And I think the lack of significant population, the lack of wildlife that to be affected by any mining activities really bodes well. And the fact is, you can find elephant deposits. What a combination, right?
Right. And what does the drilling schedule look like over the next 12 months, Paul?
Well, we have had our joint venture projects, Morris Blancos and Cerro Blancos, drilled in March and April. There were some results coming out, and then we'll go back to drilling those in 2023. The three other projects that are of interest, the Block 4, which holds the Buena Vista target, is scheduled to be drilled in fall. And that one has a significant, I think, discovery to be made on it. And then we also have Cerro Buenos Aires and Redondo Veronica, both have very interesting indications, and needs to have a deep drilling campaign, a core drilling campaign, which will identify what's underneath the ground. And of course, these deposits run very deep. They're anything between 30 meters down to 100 meters down.
What are the major milestones investors should be looking for?
Well, at this point in time, we're going to continue to put out news on Buena Vista, and we've done magnetic resonance, which is very important to identify the locations to explore further. Then we've done induced polarization, which really fleshes out what's going on. And then thirdly, we've also done sampling and brought up stockwork veining, which is highly important to identify the fact that there is a significant active system in the area. So all of those combined are very, very interesting. They all are in the right location, around the Buena Vista target, which has a beautiful surface expression as well, of a lighter colored area. So combining all of those, I mean, that's what is really significant and important about our projects at this point in time.
Right. Sounds pretty exciting. Could you tell us a bit about your exploration team and what their backgrounds are?
Yes, we have a really great team, a board of directors that's really well acquainted with Chile. Adrian Manger, our chairperson, was operating as a financial consultant to BHP when they built the Spence mine. In fact, he was working directly for BHP at the time. Julian Babin has worked for Rio Tinto for a number of years, and recently joined public companies, other smaller junior public companies. Timothy Beale, who is our major geological consultant and COO, has been with Anglo American, Rio Tinto, and others. Gurdeep Bains was previously with Canaccord, and Yanis Sotis was with BHT as a business manager. So we've got a great team. I myself have been involved in mining for a number of years on the finance side, and have luckily been involved in the discovery of a major mine called Constancia up in Peru, which was a fantastic situation, and we hope to do that again.
Yes, sounds like you have a lot of talent on your board, Paul.
Yeah, we certainly do, and that's not to underrate our Chilean team as well, which is run by a really good, competent geologist, and that has extensive experience in that part of the world.
Okay, great. So how many shares are outstanding in Pampa Metals?
At present, there is about 49 million shares outstanding. Most of the warrants are at 60, 65, some at 50. And then we also have some options at 45, but the stock, of course, is down at 20 cents, which is a real shocker, but certainly an opportunity for many people. Our last financing was at 30 cents, and yet here we are trading a little bit below. And that's just a sign of the times to some extent. People want to go to cash, and they'll sell a big portfolio off at a really cheap price. And we happen to be struck with that.
Yeah, that's very true. So to round things out, you have prospective copper and gold projects in a mining-friendly jurisdiction in Chile with the exploration expertise and funding to potentially make a significant discovery. Is that
Yes,
correct?
exactly right.
Yeah.
You know, and the team, the projects, the location, and the commodity. I mean, copper has been in great demand. In fact, Goldman has said that the world's running out of copper. We need 8 new large mines the size of Escondida. Now, Escondida is the largest copper mine in the world.
Yes.
So, in fact, the largest mine in the world. So, to say that is very, very eye-opening. And I think we hope to provide a few things for some of the majors down there to think about.
Yeah, definitely. Awesome. Well, Pampa Metals trades on the CSE under the symbol PM and on the OTC under the symbol PMMCF. What is your website, Paul? Where can investors get in touch with you?
Sure, you could reach us through our website, which is pampametals.com, or info@pampametals.com to reach our management team.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining me today, Paul, and providing an overview on Pampa Metals.
Thanks, Nancy.
Nancy Massicotte with IR Pro Communications and Investors News.